J Drone here. Check it out. We got this Potensic. I got an AIO AKK on top. Link for this will be down below. Link for the drone will be down below. I'm using FPV setup. I'd like to see if we could get past 999 meters. I'm assuming is what that'll max out. This is the different protocol from the Bugs 2s. There is supposed to be a Bugs 2 SE coming out, which I think is going to be similar to this with the follow me in the orbit. But all right, wish me luck. The footage that you are going to be seeing is from the FPV setup. I don't know. I am going to record. I don't know if I'm going to integrate it or just run that in a different video. I am losing light here, so we got to get up in the air. Alright guys, again I'm using an AIO AKK 200 milliwatt camera, and it's pretty cool because we could see the front LED lights. We could also see Potensic right across the nose. Ideally I would like this up a little bit further where I'm not seeing so much nose, and we're getting a little static from our AIO here. I think I've placed it almost on top of the GPS unit, because generally we don't get static until we're way far out. But as you'll see here, it does clear up, and maybe it was just the angle or the position. Because you have to figure the way that I'm flying, the signal actually has to go through the drone, and ideally the camera would be better suited underneath the drone. But this was the quickest way to mount this. As you'll see, we are going the distance. When I hit 999 on the controller, I did have goggles on, but I was able to look downwards. When I hit 999 on the controller, I stop. I pitch left and I pitch right just to let myself know where that 999 was, and then we continue to keep going, which you'll see here very shortly. So does this wait, nope, that wasn't it yet. I'll completely stop. You'll see the nose pop up because we are full pitch down. There we go, full pitched up, and a little left to right action, letting myself know that was the 999 mark. And we're going to keep going, see if we can go past the 999 mark. The controller maxes out at 999 meters, and as you can see, we are able to go forward. It is getting a little bit staticky. This is from the drone. This was recorded from the drone. Really clean video, man. It is downward facing a bit, so I really didn't incorporate too much of the video just because it's really downward facing as opposed to the perspective that you're getting from the FPV, as I'm showing you right here. And again, this FPV is OTG to cell phone in AirHogs DR1 goggles. That's it, man. I absolutely love it. I get great range with it. At this juncture, when I turned around, my controller beep 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 started beeping. I looked down, it showed signal between the drone and the controller, but I'm assuming return home kicked in, although it didn't show it on my controller. It didn't show return home kicked in on my controller. You could kind of see the front LEDs on the lights kind of strobing, flashing, pulsing. I think pulsing would be a better word. So this entire way here, I don't have any control over the drone. Like I can't even yaw it left to right, so maybe it did completely lose disconnect. I do have my battery in the rear, and the battery in the rear might be where the antenna is, so it might have affected that. Because when we were flying out, I had full control over it, and then when we pointed our nose towards itself, I kind of lost signal. As you can see here, it's doing an automatic return home. In the middle of this next field, you'll see that I will be able to get my control back. It took a little while, so I think it's displacement of my stuff, the stuff that I did 2M double-sided tape on here. And it's trial and error. It really is trial and error. Bam! I just got it back. I have control over the drone. I can move it left to right. I can pitch forward and whatnot. And we're going to continue to come home here. And as you can see, the feed gets a little bit choppy. Again, I think it's poor placement on myself. I would like it further up on the nose, and actually underneath would be a prime spot to put it. But for now, this was quick. This was, hey, can it go past 999 meters? I kind of said prior to getting this drone, it's going to be able to go past 999 meters, and I just showed it. And again, you can see those LEDs flickering. And then we'll go ahead and show you the camera again from this drone. In low lighting, which we are at low lighting, the sun is not up anymore. There isn't even a sunset. In low lighting, as I'm about to show you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bam! It's pretty clean.
The camera is pretty clean, but full pitch forward, again, you're going to be looking towards the ground. So you need to keep that in mind. If you're racing home or you're racing out, you're going to need to keep in mind that literally you have decent amount of pitch and it's going to be pointing towards the ground like it is right here. You'll have to pop your head up like we're about to, slowly popping our head up to get a decent view. And I mean, over top of stuff like this, pointing towards the ground isn't bad at all. The camera on this is really nice. This drone is really nice. This is definitely an upgraded Bugs 2. I highly suggest getting it. You don't need a code. I have a link down below. It brings this down to 200 and change, 200 and change for follow me, return home, orbit. Very reliable return home. Very reliable GPS brushless drone with a great camera on it. I did testing with the camera during daylight. This is basically nighttime. Behind me is where the sun sets, so there's not much lighting in front of me, and this handled really well as far as the camera goes. And then we'll just go ahead and jump back to our FPV just to show you the different perspective here. What the drone itself sees with a lower facing camera as opposed to an upper facing camera where again you could see the motors and you could also see the nose of the drone. This was good. This was good. This was a successful pass. Return home works. Disconnect, come back home works. And the return home literally puts it over top of my head. It works really good. I never really utilized it too much on the Bugs 2, so I can't really compare it to that. I don't know if the Bugs 2 was as precise as this, but I'm telling you right now, this is precise. Absolutely enjoying flying the drone. As you can see, I'm right there. I actually have my goggles on top of my head because I have a hard time landing with my goggles on, so I'm sitting it down with my goggles on top of my head. And again, this video here, all the FPV video was from the OTG to the cell phone. It was recorded to the cell phone. I uploaded from the cell phone. Guys, I'm J-Drone. If you haven't subscribed, smash that subscribe button. Link for this will be down below. Definitely get at me if you have any questions or comments.